morning, my friends. It is early. We haven't even gone to the gym yet, but I wanted to start this marinade for our chicken. In this bag, I have some defrosted. It's actually a mix of chicken breast and chicken thighs, probably equaling about 5 pounds. Okay, so I just have them defrosted sitting in this bag. What I'm going to do is I have these chopped up white onion. I'm going to place them inside the bag. Since we are going to be cooking outside today, because it's going to be a beautiful day here, but we're going to use our flat top grill. So that's why I left them in these big slivers, because it'll just taste really good alongside the food, or like mix it with the chicken. But if you were going to just throw yours right on the grill, you could probably just dice them just to add flavor for the marinade, okay? So I'm just going to add them to the bag and then just kind of mix them around. So they're really burning my eyes up this morning, so they must be some really good ones. All right, so for the marinade, I'm just using my Ninja mixer. And what you're going to need is a can of Chipotle peppers. We're just going to dump this whole can in there. This is in the adobo sauce. You're going to take that same can and I want you to fill it up with 2 cans of water. Oh, you know what? 1 can is fine. Let's just do 1 can. So 1 can of the Chipotle and adobo sauce, and then use that same can and fill it up with water and dump it into your mixer. You're going to add in the juice of 1 whole orange, and then the juice of 2 limes. Unless they're a really good lime, then only use 1, but limes just haven't been hitting. They've been real dry over here lately. We're going to add in some minced garlic, about a tablespoon. About a tablespoon of salt. Put your lid on and blend it up. So that's what it looks like before it's blended. Just want to make sure that the chipotles get kind of towards the bottom. But before it's blended, so let's go ahead and blend her up. So here's that sauce now all blended up. What we're going to do is take our chicken and we're going to dump that over there. So as you can tell, I'm doing this real early. I probably could have done it last night, but they weren't defrosted. The chicken wasn't defrosted, so that's why I just waited till this morning. But you want to make sure that you give it at least 4 hours. So I'm just flipping this chicken around, making sure everything gets coated. We're not finished just yet. Okay, so open back up your bag. I have about a bunch, like 1 bunch of cilantro all cut up. Be super fresh, perfect for warm days, and a nice way to like spice up your chicken, because I mean, let's be real, chicken could get kind of boring after a while. So I found if I keep finding different ways to marinate it, then the easier it is for me to keep eating it. I'm going to add the rest of that cilantro I cut up. And like, it smells, look at how beautiful the coloring is already. Like, look at that. Beautiful coloring. So like I said, it's barely going to be 7. So I'm planning on throwing everything on the grill when Leo gets home. So around 1 or 2. And because Leo works Saturdays, so today's Saturday. I'm actually meal prepping on a Saturday because it's going to be so beautiful and I want to grill. So I was like, man, we're going to do it on Saturday this week. There's our adobo chicken, marinated and ready to rock and roll. I don't know if you guys remember when I did my last Costco haul, but I ended up getting a boneless pork loin, and we're actually going to use that today, and I'm just going to chop it up. I'm going to go through and I'll show you. I'm going to remove like this fat casing right here, and I'm thinking I'm going to take half of this and make half pork chops, and then I'm going to dice up the rest, the other half, and we'll have just chopped up pork so we can use it for tacos one night this week or something like that. Or you can do whatever you want with it, but it's just not a bad thing to have. So I'm going to go through and get this ready, but half is going to be pork chops and half is just going to be chopped up for cooking. All right, so took it out of the bag, and this is kind of what I was talking about. Leo leaves this on. I don't like it. And it just weighs down the meat too, and I'd rather have it, I like to have mine as lean as possible, so I just kind of pull it and just guide my knife. I don't know if you guys can see. This is my Meissen knife. This is my favorite one. I just only use it when I'm really cutting into, so you can see all that meat exposed there. I don't know if you guys remember when I worked with them and they sent me this knife and their frying pan, and look, that's just a big old thing of fat that we're gonna get rid of. You could leave it if you allowed, if you allowed for some more fat in your macros, but I try to keep my meats as lean as possible. So that's why I'm trying to remove as much of this fat casing as possible. But yeah, definitely love this Meissen knife. It's where it's at for me. Love it. And just be careful with using it because it is super, super sharp. There we go. So that chunk is gone. It can go in the garbage. And I think I'm going to start. So 1/2 will be for, and this will be our pork chop side. I like to buy these boneless pork loins at Costco because you can get them. They always, for some reason, have them on sale. And I think I paid 14 bucks for this. And look at how much meat you're going to get. And with the way prices are right now, you know, I know a lot of people, especially when they're like leaning out, they always aim for chicken. But don't forget about pork because it is relatively lean. All right, so here we are. This is the rest of that chopped up pork. And what I did put on there was a little bit of Nor bouillon. So about a tablespoon of that. It has a really great flavor. I am gonna add in some sazon. This does have a little bit of sodium in it, guys, but it's gonna give it a good flavor because this is relatively bland. And then I added in 1/2 of a red onion, and then I'm gonna add in a can of red chilies. And it'll just be super flavorful. Again, we're gonna cook this on that skillet, or the flat top, I'm sorry, and that will all kind of come together, but it'll give it a nice little flavor. Just kind of want to show you guys how I brought it all together. These red chili rotel ones, if you can find them at your Costco, pick them up because they really can make a meal go a long way. You know, especially now when we're trying to, well, I do a lot of volume eating, but when you're trying to like expand your budget, you know, it's like, damn, everything's so pricey. And look at this beautiful color. Look at that. Smells so good. And you really didn't do anything, honestly. It's gonna look like you did so much and you did all this chopping and dicing, but you really just kind of threw everything together in a stainless steel pan. All right, here comes the fun part. We're working on our sides now. Right here I have a bag of like Idaho potatoes, and I just cleaned them. So make sure you clean your potatoes, guys, like good, because you know they're dirty. And so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dice them up, right? And how I'm gonna season them is with this. This is Herbes de Provence. I usually get it at Marshall's. Super, 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 super good. It's so good on potatoes. It has like lemon and lavender, and I don't know, it's just magic, and it's very, very good. I know, like I said, I get mine at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and I even think Trader Joe's has some, but just gonna go through and just dice them in like bite-sized pieces and just toss them in the pan, and then I will see you when it's time to got the potatoes all cut up. As you can see, it's a nice big pan. And don't forget, guys, these do shrink when you cook them down. Oh boy. So just sprinkle, and then obviously give it a nice flip. I did spray this down with a little bit of coconut oil, so just to help it stick. Starting on our next side here, and we are going to work on our pasta salad. We are making a high protein pasta salad. We love pasta salad. I haven't had pasta salad in God knows how long, and this year we coming back with it. So we are gonna use the Barilla Protein Plus pasta. This is the, I don't know how you say that, Firfal. It's just the little like bow tie pasta. You could also use the chickpea one. It's just that one gives me a little bit of the bubble guts. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So we're gonna use this, but I'm gonna weigh out them. I'm gonna use 2 boxes, and I need to weigh out everything in grams so I can make my recipe builder here. So we're gonna use 2 boxes of the Barilla protein plus pasta. You can use whatever pasta to your liking, but this is the one I wanted to use just because it is going to give us a high protein count. So go ahead and add this. Pasta's done. 2 boxes. I dropped half of it in the sink, so RIP to that part. But I cut up some cucumbers and some cherry tomatoes that I have just right here ready to go. And I'm just going to slowly start adding everything and just mixing it at first, okay? Just mixing it at first, getting everything incorporated. I really could probably use a way bigger bowl, but I don't think the bowls get any bigger than this, so yeah. I do only have 1 bottle of dressing, so hopefully this is enough. So with this recipe, you can add a ton. You could add olives, you can add, you know, fresh veg like cauliflower or broccoli. You could add cheeses. I mean, you really could make it go a hell of a long way. Carrots, whatever your little heart desires. But for my family, simple is best. When I would do the cheese, I always put cheese in like mine, and nobody eats the cheese. I don't put a ton of tomato because not all the kids eat tomato, and Leo and Sophie don't like olives, so that's why we did it that way. So what we're gonna start doing now is adding our dressing, and I'm gonna keep it, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need the whole bottle, to be honest, but this is the dressing that we're gonna use. This is the Olive Garden Light Italian. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is the first time I'm using it, and I'm using it because the macros were spectacular. Whenever I make pasta salad, I always use the Wishbone Zesty Italian. That's just my favorite to use. All right, so as you can see, I'm kind of like scraping from the bottom and going forward, okay? So as far as servings go for this, I'm gonna say this is probably, I'm gonna say 24 servings. I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic, a little bit of Italian seasoning, and give that a stir. And then I'm just gonna kind of keep adding the seasoning in until I feel like it's seasoned to my likeness, okay? So you're just gonna have to try it and keep going, all right? All right, here is that pasta salad. I can tell you the kids love it. What do you think, Becky? Should we recommend to our friends?
Yeah.
Yep, they said it's too good. So it's a big old portion too. It's like a big bowl. So again, this is about 24 servings. I'll create everything in my Fitness Pal and figure it out, but here is that high protein pasta salad. All right, my friends, welcome. Next up is going to be a, what do they call it? A crunchy Thai salad. You can add chicken. I'm not gonna add it, but it's just gonna be like a crunchy Thai coleslaw type deal. And we're gonna make our own like sesame dressing. So what I'm going to use, I'm cheating because you can buy like all the separate the cabbages and stuff like that. I'm just going to use a coleslaw mix. So I'm gonna use 2 bags. That'll equal about about 3 cups of shredded up cabbage. For the coleslaw salad, I'm gonna add in some cilantro just to give it a little flavor. I know my in-laws are gonna be questioning this salad because they're coming over and they love when I make coleslaw, just like a regular like mayonnaise coleslaw. So I know they're gonna be like, what has she got going on now? So I'm just gonna flip this around, but I just got it. It's gonna be so colorful, which I love. So I'm gonna flip this around and then we're gonna start on the actual dressing for the coleslaw mix. All right, we're gonna start on this dressing, coming in with, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm gonna double this recipe for the dressing. So it's gonna be 6 tablespoons of rice vinegar. We're gonna follow that up with 4 tablespoons of the liquid aminos. This is a soy sauce substitute. We're gonna use, 6 tablespoons of avocado oil, 4 tablespoons of honey. I have some ginger here. This is just some fresh. We're gonna do 1 tablespoon of that. We're gonna do a tablespoon of fresh garlic, like minced garlic here. We're gonna do 4 teaspoons of sesame oil. I will say this, guys, this is probably the most expensive as far as ingredients, one of the recipes I've ever made. And I probably wouldn't have made it if I didn't have a majority of this stuff on hand. Just because all these little oils and vinegars and stuff, honey, all that stuff would really add up quickly. So totally would understand if you guys skip this one because of just the price tag of the ingredients. But just going through and I'm mixing this really well, just making sure the ginger, all that stuff's broken up. You know, ginger for some reason just clumps together. And I would hate for somebody to get like a big bite of fresh ginger and they will never eat any of the food I ever make again. So basically the only amount of calories you're gonna get really aside from like just for calories is gonna be from this dressing. Everything in this is gonna be super nutritious. Then you got that honey. Honey is super full of antioxidants. You're eating with a lot of color, a lot of fresh ingredients. We love that. So here is that. It's called the Thai crunchy salad. So in the recipe, I'll link it down below. I did find this on Pinterest. They said to put some chicken and some like crunchy wontons in, which would make it even more delicious. But I wanted to keep it real simple. So just go ahead and do it that way. I'm gonna throw mine in. It's very good. Very, very, very good. So I'm gonna throw it in the refrigerator so it'll be cool when everybody comes to eat. So this is the flat top grill we use. It's the Next grill. We actually had to like slide it into the garage because I don't know if you can hear, but the wind is howling. They said like 40 to 50 mile per hour winds today. So this is, yeah, we got this from Home Depot a few years ago. I actually bought it for Leo a couple Christmases ago. And he's gonna go through and just take a little bit of avocado oil to start cooking up everything. You like this thing, Lee? What do you think?
Oh yeah, I love this thing.
Those are the potatoes. Potato. Up this bowl meal prep. I'm just going to kind of go through and show you. So here are those pork chops. I just seasoned them with a little bit of adobo. These are the beef ribs. As you can see, very little are left because we ate some. Here is the Chipotle chicken. So good. It smelled very, very good. I would not necessarily grill it on like a grill just because it might fall apart, but nonetheless came out really, really good, super flavorful. There are the burgers. You can add cheese or whatever the fixings you want, but I just kept them plain. You guys see we did measure those out. Here are those potatoes. Look at how good they look. Obviously, we've already dug into that. Our pasta salad. Here is the crunchy Thai salad. And then I did make some pickled red onions. You guys seen that in a previous meal prep, so I'll link that video down below if you guys want to check that out. Here is the pork that was chopped up with the onions and the, what I put in there, the bouillon and the sazon and all the green and the tomatoes with the green chilies. So that's that. And then right here is just a big thing of lettuce that I keep. And this is just the produce saver I got from Costco. I do have some fruit I'm going to cut up and then have that, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I am tired. This was a very long day, so I went through like one whole battery today. So this, my friends, is a full meal prep barbecue edition, so maybe you guys could have some meal inspiration for yourself, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, friends.